Suicide Squad. That's a cool one. I like that one a lot. Another weird thing that happened on Jumanji, and I don't even know if Justin knows this story, but you know, if you watch the movie, we're up in the stream and the rapids, and this is where you save the day, and it was a great scene. So the pelican has stolen the board game. Robin needs to distract the pelican, and he pulls a fish out of the river. And so we're sitting down, and you know, we're all talking, and Joe Johnson and I are talking, and he's going, that fish should wiggle. And you know, sometimes you use a live fish in a movie, but we didn't want to do that. We wanted to make a prop fish that wiggled. Okay, so it's like, okay, that's tough because it's got to work in water, it's got to do a few things, you know, it's got to be reliable, whatever. And so I sit down. Brian Dott was my prop maker. He's a fantastic guy, and heavily involved in all aspects of the props in the movie. And we're sitting down, and finally Brian goes, I think I know what to do. I think if we put an electric toothbrush and then cast the silicone fish on top of the toothbrush, I think that, you know, it'll be waterproof. We can't change the batteries, so we have to make a bunch of them. And so anyway, like a week goes by, and before you know it, you know, he shows me this fish, and it looks, you know, I remember, I don't have one. I wish I did. It's about this big, I think. And there's this little weird little, it has a button, it's a belly button, you know, where the button is on the toothbrush, and it's got a fresh set of batteries in it, obviously, because and you sort of squeeze the button, and it starts to wiggle, and it looked really, really good, right? But it also had to work in water. So then I go, how am I going to test this? And it was like, we were really, really busy, and I didn't have time to go up to the GBRD to test it up there. So I went home, and I filled my bathtub with water, and I push the belly button in, and it starts to flip around, and I put it in there, and it starts to do this little circle in my bathtub, and I go, this is great, you know, this is fantastic. So then, like a week later, we're shooting the scene. I got all 6 of my fish ready, and Robin's there, and everybody's there, and it's all great. And I put the fish in. We're going to shoot. I put the fish in the water for the first time. Now it's in the river, and not in a contained bathtub. And it just took off. Were you there for that? You probably were. And it took off, and it just kept going, right? And I'm going, wow, that's impressive, but it's not what we want. And so, I don't know. I don't know if I ran after it. Anyway, we went and found it. And basically the solution was we turned them all on for about a minute, let the battery wind down a little bit, little less power, and then it was way more catchable. But anyway, that's the story of the toothbrush and the rubber fish.
Oh, I love that. Thank you.